dear students, and welcome back to our MyEco B1-B2 Intermediate English Level lessons. The topic of our 7th lesson is past continuous and simple past tense with time words: when, while, as, and just as. So, let's begin. In English, the time words when, while, as, and just as are used frequently to connect two sentences in the simple past and past continuous tense. The best way for us to understand this is by looking at some examples. Let's start with when. For when we have, when the doorbell rang, Sarah opened the door. Or, Sarah opened the door when the doorbell rang. Here we can see that when can connect two simple past tense sentences. From this example, we can see that when can connect two different simple past tense sentences. In this case, the when clause is the action that occurred first, and the other action followed afterwards. So the doorbell rang first, and then Sarah opened it. Next example, when Andrew walked in, his workmates were having a meeting. Or, his workmates were having a meeting when Andrew walked in. This example shows us that it is also possible to connect a simple past tense and a past progressive sentence with when. In this case, the structure that is using the when plus simple past is the action that is interrupting the continuing action. Here, the meeting was continuing when Andrew walked in. Andrew walking in is our interruption in this case. The time word when gives us an idea of when an action happens or when an action is being done, and we use it to show instant actions. So instantaneous actions use when. Next, let's have a look at while. While Martha was having an online meeting, her dog Lucy was looking at her. Or, her dog Lucy was looking at her while Martha was having an online meeting. This example shows us that the time word while can connect two different past continuous or past progressive sentences. These two sentences have actions that are occurring simultaneously or at the same time. So, Martha was having her meeting, and at the same time, her dog Lucy was looking at her. Next example, while Mai was working, her son Eli jumped on her back. Or, her son Eli jumped on her back while Mai was working. In this case, we can see that while can connect a simple past tense and a past continuous tense sentence together. Here we can see that the sentence connected with while and the past continuous is our continuing action, and it is interrupted by our sentence connected with the simple past structure. So, in the example, Mai was working and her continued action of working was interrupted when her son Eli jumped on her back. So, just like I said, when is used to show that when something is happening, and we use it for instant actions. While is used for actions that are continuing, and we use it to show continuity, which just means that something was continuing for a longer period of time. In some cases, when and while can be used interchangeably. This means they can be used in place of one another and still have the same meaning. For example, my mother sang when she was washing the dishes. Or, my mother sang while she was washing the dishes. Both of these sentences have the same meaning, but for the sentence with while, there is an emphasis on the continuity, an emphasis on the continued action of washing the dishes. You'll get more information on this when we do our unit time clauses. Next we have as. As Helga was working on her project, her daughter Mary was trying to talk to her. Or, her daughter Mary was trying to talk to her as Helga was working on her project. As can connect two past progressive sentences just like while. These two past progressive sentences are happening simultaneously or at the same time. So, her daughter was trying to talk to her, and at the same time, Helga was working on the project. Next example, as I was waiting for the bus, I met my best school friend. Or, I met my best school friend as I was waiting for the bus. As can connect a simple past and past continuous sentence. In this case, the part that is connected to as is our continued action, and the other part is our simple structure, which is interrupting this action. The waiting for the bus was continued, and met my best friend is the action that interrupts this. Now let's have a look at just as. Just as I was leaving home, the postman came. Or, the postman came just as I was leaving home. In this example, the action that is continuing in the past with our just as past progressive structure is interrupted by the simple past tense structure. So, leaving home is interrupted by the postman came. Now, all of these time words when, while, as, and just as can be used in all of the time tenses, past, present, and future. And we're going to see this in more detail in our time clauses unit. And there you have it for our lesson on time words with simple past and past continuous tense. Now, let's do an activity together to make sure we all understand. So, we've got some sentences here, and in the brackets we have the combining time word, and we're going to combine the two sentences. Number 1 says, Maria found some money in the drawer. She looked for the keys of her car. While. Maria found some money in the drawer. while she was looking for the keys of her car. Number 2, I dropped my glasses on the stairs. I left home just as. Just as I was leaving home, I dropped my glasses on the stairs. Number 3, Nina fell asleep. She watched a documentary on TV when. Nina fell asleep when she was watching a documentary on TV. Combination of a simple past and past progressive tense sentence. Number 4, Jason set the table in the dining room. Kate cooked the dinner. As Kate was cooking dinner, Jason set the table. Number 5, Mrs. Gary broke one of the glasses. She washed the dishes while. Mrs. Gary broke one of the glasses while she was washing the dishes. Number 6, I saw him. Harold rode his motorbike in the village when. Harold was riding his motorbike in the village when I saw him. Number 7, Samantha fell off. She was running fast down the road when. When Samantha fell down, she was running fast down the road. Number 8, Douglas locked his gate. He came across a thief just as. Douglas came across a thief just as he was locking his gate. Number 9, we did an experiment. The teacher took notes while. We were doing an experiment while the teacher was taking notes. Number 10, the electricity went off. The lift stopped when. When the electricity went off, the lift stopped. And now our 7th lesson is complete. To get more information about this topic, please click the links down below. If you wish, you can purchase our B1-B2 Essential English Grammar book, sign up for our course on our Udemy page, or go to our MyEco website and purchase one of our education packages to receive more activities and their solutions. See you in the next lesson. Bye bye.